B-Bad and Brandon.
No. Well, it's more
Apparently.
of peach.
So like this app tells you what size of human is in you.
Well, the
Oh, do the
reference.
Have you got the 3D image in there? That's the one that flipped me.
Yeah,
out
it's that one.
Yeah. Click on that. Show Brando that.
So that's what he's kind of looking
Yeah,
like at the
right.
moment.
But then you can move around on it too, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's so weird. It's insane.
Mm.
Yeah, that's inside my belly.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
And
Peach
everyone-
size.
everyone
Do you
now
ever
listening.
feel like the movie Alien, where it just wants to?
I don't think I've seen that, so I'm glad I don't get that reference.
You haven't seen Alien?
Oh, Alien's a bit scary.
You haven't seen Alien the movie?
It doesn't come
out the
we
belly,
need
though.
to. We need to.
It comes
Can
out of the
I-
chest.
We need to take a
I'm
moment
so
here.
sorry, but can I horrify you for 1 second?
You haven't seen it.
No. Oh well, I haven't seen Alien, but this
What?
is gonna shock you more. Are you ready? Would you like to have a donut before I tell you?
I'll take a bite.
So, Mason,
Hmm.
my coach,
Hmm.
cannot remember. Says he's seen it,
Uh oh.
but can't remember Top Gun.
Oh,
Well, have you started reconsidering his position within the Epic coaching brand?
The contract specifies you must know and have seen
Mm.
the movie within the last 2 years.
Well, you better get the
Oh,
fuck
wow.
to start watching it, Mason.
I just can't believe it.
Whew.
I know, right? Have you seen Top Gun?
I have seen Top Gun.
Oh, thank God.
They're not within the last 2 years though, so that's probably
Wow.
something I need to revisit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You haven't seen
Well-
Alien though.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Let's
yeah,
direct it back to him.
Yeah, sorry, back to this.
There's
Yeah,
heaps of Alien movies too.
yeah, but like, I think, because how old are you, Hazel?
34.
Really?
Yeah. I know. I get that.
Okay,
a
this
lot.
makes more sense when
Mm.
because Johnny was telling me a little bit before the podcast of like what you've done previously in like life, work
Yeah.
wise, and I was like trying to work. I'm like, she does not look old enough to have done X, Y, Z. But that makes more sense.
yeah. It does.
Also, Alien came out a bit before.
Oh, it came out before me, bro. It came out in the 70s.
Mm.
First one did was Sigourney Weaver. 70s or 80s.
Oh, okay. Then I've definitely not seen it.
But there's current new ones. There's Alien 1, 2, 3, Prometheus.
Oh, Prometheus.
Yeah, that's a bit fucking thought provoking.
Yeah.
They do a deep dive in how civilization, you, me, Hazel, were created.
Yeah.
And
was
Prometheus
interesting.
is before Alien, from
Yeah.
memory. Yeah, so you're in that unique spot, like those people who've never seen Star Wars or any of the other cool series.
I don't like Star Wars.
Oh.
Oof, that's a lot. Maybe we need to rethink the platform podcast contract here. There might be some movie homework for you, sir.
I watched them because Nicola, her brother, she's the youngest of 2 brothers.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
that's all she grew up on. Well, not all.
Love it.
but She loved
She grew
Star
up well.
Wars and The Matrix.
She grew up well.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a great upbringing.
Yeah.
So
Matrix.
She loves those
Ooh,
movies.
simulation.
Did you see the new Matrix?
No, I haven't seen the new one. Is
Incredibly
it-
confused. Need to watch it
Okay.
again.
Right.
Oh.
We
May
haven't
have had a
watched
few
it yet.
beers when I had it watched it as well.
Fucking lol.
That didn't help to the very brain challenging event. We're on holidays for my birthday. It was sick.
Oh, that's
Poor
right.
Douglas.
Mm.
That's right. You remember that?
Anyway, I should probably do
Yeah,
this.
actually, yeah, sorry.
We just podcasted.
Welcome.
We just fucking flew into that one.
Yeah, it's so like
Very
when
flowy.
when we have a guest that we know,
Yeah.
you know, it's just easy to get back in the conversation.
Mhm.
Talk about the glory days.
Well, there's apparently a lot more glory days too than I thought, being 34.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hazel,
Yes, John.
we have one question. I know you're an avid podcast listener
Okay.
of the Platform podcast. They're the only podcast you would ever listen to.
Absolutely.
So you will know this question, or probably obviously prepared
I
for it.
love how many people lie to us when it's like, yeah, we're the only listener.
Yeah, we listen to all of them. Is there 3? 21 words, all sounds. Sounds are also allowed.
Okay.
To describe who you are and what you do. Brando counts it. It's very official. He's got to calculate.
Okay.
I'm trying to count.
All right.
Ready,
I
starting.
don't want to use my
Now.
one.
I'm Hazel. I'm the owner and lead massage therapist of Balimba Day Spa.
It's 15, 16,
That's 17.
17,
We look after people.
18, 19, 20, 21, actually. Yeah.
Nailed it. With a few
Wow.
sounds too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was 21.
That's pretty good.
We haven't had someone actually try to stick to 21 in a long time. I'm sorry.
No, they either get confronted and say
Oh,
a few words.
Sorry, was that the Leighton Hewitt?
Yes.
Fucking...
I grew up playing tennis.
Can we? Everyone, stop listening to on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Go watch the YouTube and just watch. I haven't seen the old fucking Leighton Hewitt.
Come on!
Come on.
I love that. Let's go.
I
Anyways,
wonder how we came up with that.
yeah, I'm gonna ask you because you play tennis.
I actually don't know. I think it was probably just his vibe. It was always Leighton. He just needed to play tennis for it to come out.
Yeah, I just wonder when you decide that you point at your head.
Maybe it's like a third eye thing. Third eye
yeah.
chakra. He wants
Maybe,
to.
yeah. Maybe it's like, you know how, like, you know, if I have a fucking shitty day in the gym or something, I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, come on, you fucking weak, whatever. Like, get your head in the game. Maybe that's like him talking to himself.
Maybe. Yeah.
That makes like fuck.
This is him.
This is.
Yeah, like
and
pointing at yourself.
he's coming in to chat to him and goes, how are you? And then he goes, oh, I'm good, danger.
That was the
Hit the tennis
ultimate
ball.
dad joke I've ever heard. Holy.
Yeah, it's a new set of skills I've acquired lately in the last sort of 10
Yeah,
5 months.
bro.
That's so funny.
Anywho, back to you, sorry, Hazel.
Yes. Random.
Balimba Day Spa.
Yes.
How long have you been owning that for?
5 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's
That's
been a work in progress. And
especially handling COVID throughout that.
yeah, we survived. We actually thrived through it. We've built up really well, and I think part of it is one, people have been touch deprived over COVID, and we do really look.
That's a big one, eh? Like, not in a whatever way we want to think about that, but
I didn't even think of it like you raise a really good point.
For 2 years, people have been isolated and just haven't had a physical contact experience with other people.
Absolutely, and we look after people really well. Like, I was a nurse for 7 years, registered nurse in the hospitals, and that's where I found that I really enjoyed caring for people, and that's just something that I've translated over to, you know, the day spa massage environment. And like also because my husband was in the Navy for 13 years, we've just moved around a lot, and a lot of that was me exploring what home felt like to me.
Yep.
And so like I'm always looking for that. Like when I go to the gym, it feels like home. When I go to work, it feels like home. And I think, you know, people are looking for that. And even
that safe place.
Yeah.
How'd you navigate COVID? Obviously being such a business that is so hands on, literally.
Well,
because you said you thrived, which is great.
Yeah. Well, initially when we had lockdowns, we had to figure out what we had to do. And it was around Mother's Day, so we did do hampers. So actually, the gym supported us. You guys bought a whole bunch of hampers.
What a great idea to do a hamper, eh?
So we did that over COVID, and we stopped that. And
really?
then Johnny's
Why?
like, "Why? Maybe it's because pre-COVID we had 2 staff, and now there's 6 of us.
That's awesome.
So I guess
You triple your business almost.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that's actually, it's been a whirlwind because there's different skills in terms of just, you know, managing, because it was me and my manager at the time. And beforehand, one of my girls went on maternity leave. And in that time when we came back from lockdown, we had another person. My other girl came back from maternity leave. And then we've just grown and we've had huge demand. And then we've hired 2 more people. And we're still not fully cooked. There's some things that we're sort of tweaking at the moment, but there's probably more stuff to come. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we've it's been amazing actually. It's been a huge learning experience for us.
Bloody oath it would have been.
How do you decide to go from nursing to massage?
Yeah.
Well, I part of Matt's being in the Navy, my husband being in the Navy, we moved around a lot. So I think the first move was Brisbane and then to Sydney and then Sydney to Cairns and then Cairns to Sydney. And like I found I was like restless in the moving with my work. And so when I moved to Cairns, I just got into like the yoga crew and I met some really cool people and they introduced me to Kahuna massage. And I started doing retreats, and then that's kind of where it started.
Well, it's like, Just
Talk us through the Kahuna.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kahuna is a Hawaiian style massage.
Mm-hmm.
Love the word.
Yeah.
It's-
All I thought of was like your big Kahuna.
Yeah, yeah. It is like the big Kahuna of massage, I reckon, because like I think like technically there's lots of movement and flow, and it helps the therapist connect with the client.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be very, very relaxing, like Johnny would probably say.
Mm.
Actually, one of the things that I remember you saying was like time travel, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah, because Kahuna is more about the therapist sinking in with the needs of the client of the day.
Right.
So, and the movement and flow is almost like surfing
Right.
the waves of the client, and then kind of what I do is I go, what does the client need for today? What are they telling me? How they want to feel afterwards, and what am I reading in the body? And it's almost like finding like a journey or an experience to get them there.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
He's not moving though.
No.
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 Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm a
basically,
potato.
yeah.
Mm.
Pretty much.
It's your favorite
Squishy
food
one.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squishy potato.
And
By the end
like,
of it.
Mashed potato.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fully baked
Oh yeah.
afterwards.
I like how you say you feel the needs of the client through the massage, and
Yeah.
you kind of through your experience, I imagine you
Mm.
can navigate, like you said, through that. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
that's kind of cool. Like, how do you learn something like that?
Well, I learned at a retreat space in the Noosa hinterland, and
Yep.
you learn is like a residential, like 5 days and nights, and basically all you do is you eat good vegetarian food the whole time. You're in a group of other people who want to learn, and you're basically either in like meditation process, out in nature, or massaging. So you're pretty much just like
Immersed in it.
And there's 7 levels,
and you are a level
level 6. So I'm actually due to do level 7 in
level
September.
7 coming.
How do you progress each level?
Yeah.
So you finish the course.
Oh, right. So yeah.
So it's like, and then some people decide to do it very quickly, and some people choose to take some integration time in between.
Yep.
And I've done it. I've taken integration time in between.
I think that's really important though. Like
Yeah, I
whenever
think
you
so.
learn any skill,
Yep.
like you need to go experience it, fuck it up, learn
Yeah,
And be good at
absolutely.
it. Be good at your level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lack of a better word.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you can't ascend to the next level without making sure you know this one.
Yeah, though, like one of my earlier teachers, she said that because Kahuna is more about connection and using the body work to help the person really connect to themselves. So the experience of their body helps them kind of connect to their experience of life. So it can be quite deep. But one of my earlier teachers said that doesn't matter what level you are, like from day 0 massage therapist to fully master experience, like the most important thing is every time you approach a client, you approach it with love. And so I've always sort of approached every treatment like that. And generally you give exactly what the client needs. So
from what you're saying, then it sounds very like, I guess my experience with massage is mostly like sport kind of therapy.
Yeah.
Someone's just smashing
Smashing
you. You're walking out just confronted and
you're wondering why you let someone touch you.
Yeah, I paid for that.
Yeah. So, but this one's, and like it's obviously a very, like in those sort of settings, very more talk related, whereas this one seems very like quiet room, sensory deprivation almost.
Yep.
And then we just try and connect through obviously physical touch.
Yep.
But then you're also using language.
Yep.
And the way they're articulating things to you helps you develop a deeper understanding of what they need.
Yeah, because really there's like a person behind a body.
Yes, we've spoken about this before, and like, even from a coaching perspective, how people can forget that there's a person in front of you. They're not just, oh, my back's sore.
They're not just fucking hamstrings and glutes and the
Literally.
fucking skeletal mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you would obviously be aware, people hold tension in different areas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the massage is to just help them just connect with
themselves,
like themselves, their lifestyle, their decisions. You know?
The thing I always find interesting, because you talk about it a little bit, is some people will have somewhat more of an emotional experience.
Oh,
Just about
yeah.
to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's so interesting being a Kahuna therapist because there's like a whole range of
You eat 'em, bro. I'm
experiences.
so full.
You keep going, Johnny.
Thank you.
So like from one end of this perspective, I might just have like a stressed out executive who just wants to pass out.
Mm.
And that's totally fine. Like, but then I have other people who, I think that when I worked in Sydney, I had this one lady who just had a whole lot going on in her life, and then she just wanted to let go of stuff. So, like from the beginning, she was crying, and then she was laughing. Then I turned it over, and then we turned over because we start face down and we do the back first. Then I turned her over, we did the front, and then she sat up and she's like, I feel like I need to spew. So I was like, okay, here. So she fully spewed.
Mm.
And then she felt really bad. I was like, no, it's okay. Just be a nurse. This is what I do. Like, I've done this before. It's fine. And I'm like, do you feel okay? She's like, I feel great. I was like, do you want to continue? Yeah.
Wow.
So we pretty-
literally it's like a purge of emotion.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, like, I don't know. Like, I think for me, it's more just like, yeah, just really holding the space for the person to be that person. And to allow them to express what needs to be expressed for the moment.
And you'd feel you're in a pretty safe place.
Yeah.
You're in a room, just you. They're feeling very comfortable with you being there with them.
Yeah.
So it's creating a very premium environment for someone to have a emotional experience.
Absolutely.
And just let some stuff go.
Yeah, like you know, there's tears and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes people don't find it like safe or comfortable to express those things outside because they have to be someone, or they have to be a boss or a mom or whatever. So
there's many hats people have to wear in a day.
Yeah, so one of the things that I sort of tell my clients is like, you don't have to be anybody here. What if we can just give you an opportunity for me to just take care of, you know, Brando, you know, the person behind everything.
That'd be great right now. I'm just like listening to this going, oh, you can like, I'll just go completely silent and just do whatever.
It's 1.5 hours of quiet time.
Oh, it's 1.5 hours.
Yeah, like I actually have some clients who want 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
It must be pretty heavy for you to do that. Like if you went through, say, I mean, just the physical side of an hour and a half massage, I can imagine be quite taxing itself. But then if people are downloading or just being quite emotional, and if you have a few of those in a day, that must be quite. That's a heavy day at the office too for you.
Yeah, like I remember when I was first, like before I bought the business, I worked at a Kahuna center, and it was just like solid. But then it's almost like your training ground. You know,
you learn to set healthy boundaries.
Yeah, and you build conditioning. You know, just like lifting heavy weights, like the warm up, like the heavy weights become warm ups eventually.
Yep.
It's almost like there's a sort of heavy lifting in like the work that we do. But now that I'm a business owner, I've got a bit more, you know, flexibility in the hours that I work, and I have to share like therapy hours with, you know, looking after the business. So I've had to almost learn it the hard way, because initially
it's the only way we learn, unfortunately, isn't it? Trial by fire.
But yeah, like it's actually the hard way is the best way to learn it.
100%, because I think it's I agree. Trial by fire is the only way to really learn.
You feel it.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah, it's
because
like
you can have someone talk to you about their mistakes, but we don't appreciate the full burden of it until we feel it.
Yeah,
and we only create a connection of learning via connecting it to some feeling, almost. I believe.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's probably why like Kahuna can be really quite therapeutic for some people, because they really access, like, sometimes when people can fully relax, they can actually access emotions that they haven't been able to access. And that can be a whole range of things. It can be sadness. Like I've looked after people who've gone through grief, but then just busy people who just want clarity. Sometimes that stillness, just, I don't know, people have a notepad and they write ideas, and then next thing I'm massaging this guy like every couple of weeks, and then he's like, you know what? I want to move to Stradbroke Island. And like, I just gave him access to relaxation.
Yeah, so he could get into those other parts of his brain.
Yeah,
Which
but
you
if
can't,
you're
when you're in that flighty-fighty sort of area, you just can't think straight.
Like I put a flighty or fighty.
Yeah.
But actually,
100%.
like, it's true because, like, actually one of the things I look for is like the gurgles of the stomach, because when you're fight or flight, like digestion and things aren't really prioritized. But then I can tell, like, as soon as I touch someone, I can feel like they're quite wired. And then there's a point where they take a deep breath and then things settle. And then soon after, the gurgles come, and then you see all the little twitches. And that's actually what lights me up.
Yeah, right.
It'd be sick to see that sort of reaction.
Yeah, it's so good, especially the people who go, I can't relax.
Yeah, that's like you and me. Oh, I can't bench because of my shoulder. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I know my shoulder, your shoulder, sore. Can't got it.
Let me see this again. Oh, you can bench.
Yeah. That must be the fun.
That's actually really fun. And then the next minute they're snoring.
You reckon you can trigger the point? You can see the point when they've hit or they've at least started to fall into it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like,
that's kind of cool.
Part of the movement and flow is like, it's almost like I feel it through my body.
Yeah.
So like the more relaxed I can be, the more sensitive I can be, and then I almost kind of there's sometimes I can be so in sync that
you fall asleep.
Like sometimes I can feel like that. But like I don't know. It's almost like I'm there, I'm not there. I'm not really thinking, I'm just sort of doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you enter a flow state of your own.
Yeah, and actually what I do encourage my clients to be like is like, this is more about your experience. So if you could even take me out of the equation and forget that I'm here and just be in your body and see where that takes you, then you can really be very present to what's going to come through. And that's a really good prompt for some people, because they totally like, then that's when I just see that, like, arm just go bloop.
Just fall off a table or just completely. That's unreal. You get a few snores every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And some people who aren't used to that, they catch themselves.
CPAP in next time.
Literally, I was just thinking like.
Actually, I was like, I know Johnny, so it's fine. But yeah, sometimes I do kind of go, do you have CPAP afterwards? They're like, yep. Okay. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
You'll be able to tell a lot, especially like if there's, people presenting with the same things. You'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard that snore before.
Yeah.
You need a CPAP.
Yeah.
Maybe we considered sleep apnea.
No.
I actually just started wearing the nose strips again.
Yeah, nice.
Back up a bit heavier. I love
Do
them.
they work?
I find they work.
Open the nose up, bro. Is that the play?
Yeah, they open it like, so if you like just pull against your sinuses here.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, it opens up those. Yeah. Like you can...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that
I run
sweet oxygen in there.
I run that model and the mouth tape. And I sleep
I've heard about the mouth tape.
Oh, game changer.
What about your beard?
Oh no, like I actually bought like proper lip stuff.
Like
it
micropore
just
or
covers
something.
my lips, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
almost
like some
like that.
gaffer tape and a Red Bull in there?
No, unfortunately. But Tom Harvey, who used to, obviously Tom Harvey, but he used to just run normal tape, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But have you read a book called Breathe by James Nestor?
I have it.
You have it?
I haven't started it yet, but I've heard it's incredible.
Yeah. It's what got me onto all this stuff and introduced me to because he talks about like, I know we've had Johannes on before with Wim Hof, but he goes through like all the styles of like, there's a whole section on just how to do, nearly 20 different styles of breathing.
Oh, wow.
It's insane. But they used themselves as a research study, and then like obviously other research articles, where they did, 7 days, I think it was, of only breathing through the mouth.
So taped up the whole time?
Taped up the nose for 7 days, and then they taped up their mouth for 7 days.
Taped up their nose for 7 days? Fuck, that's scary.
That is really scary.
And they all, literally. Yeah. And then they all, the two dudes had, within, 3 days, terrible snoring.
Yeah, wow.
And as soon as they taped up the mouth and only breathed through the nose, no snoring in 2 days.
Wow.
And
that's insane.
They tested like blood pressure. All their health markers dramatically changed in 7 days.
Wow.
Sleep quality, and they even tested exercise output using like cardio equipment. But
Excellent.
but like it was just mind blowing.
Don't be a mouth breather.
Don't like literally. If I catch myself mouth breathing, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, got to get that sweet little nose breath.
Yeah, it just makes and like when you read the book, you're like,
makes sense.
So much sense. Fuck.
Yeah.
Mouth is for food.
Yes.
It's weird though.
Nose is for air.
You know, you go into Wim Hof stuff, he's like, I don't care how you breathe, just get it in. And I'm like, right, well.
Yeah, I remember old Wimmy, he's not really science. So some of the stuff.
I read his book recently too. He's
crackpot. I love it.
Oh, bro, he's
wild.
All the research studies that they're now doing on him, it's like, yeah, he is, you know, pretty much rewriting these medical textbooks.
Yeah, right.
But he's still a crackpot.
Yeah, he's
I
wild.
love it.
Yeah, he's
walking up to research conferences in like maybe a baggy shirt.
Yeah. Like the big one fit, like the over toppy.
Fuck, he's funny.
Yeah, a couple of sandals, off you go.
And like the book is literally written how he would speak.
That's the best.
But it's not narrated by him, which I was really upset.
That
because his voice is like
and breathe.
It's next level.
Yeah,
and breathe. Yeah, I'd love to go to like wherever the fuck his house is, and do the
his
winter,
story's hectic,
the winter immersion. Yeah, fuck yeah, hectic, right?
Like obviously his wife committed suicide
in front of him.
Oh wow.
It?
Nah, she kissed their kid goodnight and jumped off a building.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hectic.
Yeah.
And then like he's gone on this journey, kind of healed himself in a way, and now doing all this stuff, which is really cool. But it's like that's hectic.
That's heavy material for growth.
Yeah, a lot of growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some heavy things.
I do want to.
Most people would turn to other substances.
Yeah.
To deal with that.
That's why he like next leveled the breath.
Yeah.
Literally, because that was the thing though. He's like, I could have, but he had experiences with the breath, and he's like, I'm just gonna. I know I feel good when I do A and B, so I'm just gonna do A and B repeatedly. Which is, I mean, great, but like, just hectic. Like, having 3 kids. Maybe it's 4. I think he's got like a lot of kids now though.
Got some extra ones.
Yeah.
And little Hazel's cooking as we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
Cooking a little egg in there. Well, duckling at the moment.
Yes, or a brownie.
Or a brownie.
Or a peach.
Yeah, it's funny. See, I never thought a duckling was the same size as a brownie. I guess it is at some point.
True.
Yeah.
It depends how you cut the brownie.
Or the duck.
Who's cutting a brownie? You just shove that thing.
Yeah, why are you cutting a brownie for?
Just rule. Have you had a mug cake before? Like a chocolate?
Yeah.
How good are
Yeah,
they?
they're dangerous actually. You probably shouldn't have told me about that.
Sorry.
But you're eating for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are eating for 2.
You need 2 cup mug cakes.
The new dietitian put it in there, so I'm like, well, it's on the plan. I've got to eat it with cookies and cream ice cream.
It's prescribed.
Yeah,
literally.
Prescribed.
This is the health professional.
Yeah, they've been to uni.
She's like, oh, change out the sugar for your protein powder. I was like, fuck no, I'm eating the whole fucking bad. I don't want the good shit.
I'll take
it was actually delicious though. Can confirm, proper delicious. Cookies and cream ice cream on top.
Oh,
You've got me.
What kind of cookies cream?
I didn't get the connoisseur this time because it was way too expensive. It was just the blue ribbon, which is still good.
Blue ribbon's nice.
Yeah, but I'm not running Peters or Buller. Like, fuck off. So I'm very picky.
You don't want no dirty stuff.
No, we were like
Woolies brand.
I don't want to say we were, arguing, but we were having an elevated discussion about what ice cream to choose in Woolworths the other day.
The one that tastes the nicest. That's simple.
Yeah, but I'm not paying like nearly $20 for a connoisseur tub. Yeah.
Damn.
There's one there. They have like a fucking some like protein ice cream. And I'm like, get out of my ice cream. Get out of the ice cream aisle, guys. It's like, go elsewhere.
Get out of my
This is the shit aisle, like, and the real shit aisle.
Get out of my
Let me have my pleasure.
Absolutely.
But apple pie is my weakness. I'm so weird.
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
You got an air fryer?
Yeah, I do. You told me to get one.
Yeah,
nice. Dude. I think you've started an air fryer pandemic.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Everyone's been inspired.
I nearly bought a 2 one the other day.
Oh, the 2 drawers.
Yeah, I know.
Have you put a sandwich in there yet, Johnny?
No, I like
That is a great
straight up
question.
sandwich. I haven't sandwiched that. No, I did garlic bread in there the other day. I did a homemade
how
garlic
good is
bread.
garlic bread in there?
It's the fucking best.
Oh, I did a steak in there once. Not a big fan because I like that.
But if you need,
barbecue.
steak now and you got to do things,
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
You can put it in there and go do the things.
Yeah.
It's fucking excellent.
I did do some really good roast veggies in there yesterday.
Roast veggies.
Roast veggies.
In the air fryer.
Garlic?
I did olive oil.
Yep, nice.
A little bit of olive oil, salt.
Yep.
Italian herb blend.
Italian herb.
And a smidge of garlic. Mate. Run that model with a potato, pumpkin, carrot, and onion. You're welcome.
That's fucking excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's unreal.
Cool.
I want to do like cinnamon potato or honey potato, like pumpkin.
A little honey carrot.
Have you had like
honey carrots? Actually,
carrot.
Oh, I'm
amazing
not a big fan of honey
in
carrots.
the
Nah.
air fryer.
Have you had though, like
organic
pumpkin
honey.
sliced? I think it's honey and paprika.
No, I haven't had that.
Yeah, Taylor Bagter, who we've had on here before, literally said it's goat, and we've played around with it. It's pretty fucking good. You can do cinnamon as well.
Cinnamon.
Do like a bit of cinnamon on things.
On my donuts.
Do you have any weird pregnancy cravings? Actually,
I'm like in love with mac and cheese at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta eat it.
Yep.
Like
regular.
homemade or just like
like the dirty 4-minute one.
Yeah, good. Have you gone to eat anything that you would typically either enjoy or just have as a standard snack, and then you go, oh, well, I don't want that.
Yeah, Matt and I, we made the pasta bake. You know, the crusty cheesy bit at the top that everyone loves?
Yeah.
Like, I served myself up one, and I was just eating the pasta, and I just picked up the glob of cheese, and I put it in my mouth, and I, like, literally, like, dry retched, and I was like, wow, that just happened. And then my husband just bursted out laughing, and I was like, that's not funny. And then I was like, yeah, actually it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, right. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Buds.
Jaylee, you'd have to check with her, but she had things that just like, I think maybe it was coffee or a couple other things that she would typically enjoy to have. And she was like, ugh.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not really a big fan of chocolate at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird too.
Yeah, like I've been trying to get hot chocolates instead of coffee, and I just
you
can't
have coffee, can you?
I think you can have like a small amount or something,
No.
but I
One a
haven't.
day.
I wasn't really a big coffee drinker back then, but like,
I guess it's more the caffeine than anything, isn't it?
yeah,
I think that's the thing.
but like I'm not even finishing my hot chocolates.
Damn.
Sometimes I
It's a
do,
sad
but
time.
yeah,
That's a
it's
sad
just
time.
it's a bit weird.
How
But
do you
it's fine.
find juggling being pregnant now or the idea of pregnant and Junior Burgers moving into becoming a business owner as a mum?
Well, actually, it's almost like finding out I was a mum, like propelled it pretty much. The week before I found out I was pregnant, I just felt like this drive. I don't even understand it. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, wow, I actually need to make this business independent of me. Like, I would have never decided to even think that path if I wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
But then that's like, wow, I need to put things in place. And then that's when the 2 staff came on board, and they're actually amazing. And you know, and just getting people to help me, like finding people to help me with marketing and things like that. Just now, actually, one of the best things that's happened is that I've shifted from being an entrepreneur to a CEO. Because an entrepreneur, they do everything and then they burn themselves out, right? But then a CEO is like, how much money?
I was like, tell me more.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that sounds like me.
Well, that was me for a long time.
But it's such a good, like, you make such a good point because it is a mindset shift.
It is such a mind
shift.
Yeah. So like a CEO is, I think you even told me about it. You're like, you have to hire the experts so that they can do
what they're good at and you do what you're good at.
Yeah.
So basically my next question was like, how much money do I have to make so that I can hire people to do the things that I need to do so that I can focus my energy on preparing the business for maternity leave?
Yeah. It must be, I think the word, maybe tell me if I'm wrong, an exciting challenge. Because
it is actually really an exciting challenge.
You've got a date, and somewhere around that date, whether you like it or not, you will no longer be in your business.
Yeah.
And your ability to contact and help will be drastically reduced.
Yep.
So, and that business up until now has probably been your baby.
Yeah,
and
pretty
child.
much. Yeah.
You put so much
Yeah.
of yourself
Yeah.
into it. It makes
Yeah.
sense. And then that shifted.
And then you've got the financial risk, I guess, that comes with it.
Yeah.
With you not being there. I mean, it's super cool what you mums do. It just showcases
Yeah.
how much more of a savage you guys are versus us.
Well, yeah, I suppose, like, and physically, like, it's hard. So it's almost like I'm motivated to come up with other options.
Yeah, which is exciting.
That's
cool to see, because I met there'd be plenty of people in that scenario who the idea of business ownership might be something they might not want to have if having a family for them, because they don't want the challenge that comes with that and just being more of an employee.
The thing is, like, you get the challenges that you're ready for. And I think business has taught me a lot about myself, because the first 3 years were really, really hard. Fourth year was actually really hard. Like, I'm in my 5th year now.
5th year's hard. 6th
It's
year.
hard, yeah.
13th year. This is a tricky one.
It's like, but I think you're right. Like, every year is obviously preparing you for the next challenge. You only get presented with the challenges you're ready for.
Yeah. But there's always a solution.
There's always a solution, but I don't think it ever gets like easier.
No, I think like the mindset.
I think when it gets easy,
easier.
you got to get worried. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not meant to be easy. Hang on a minute. What's about to happen?
What am I not picking up on?
I know if I feel too comfortable, if I have,
I've missed something. There's something bad happening and I need to address it.
Yeah, like I've always tried to seek out, I don't want to say like challenges or whatever it is, but I've always tried to be at the forefront of the next thing to expect. Otherwise, life happens for you if you're not chasing it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, everything that happens in business is feedback. So how are you going to respond to it?
All feedback's a gift.
And what are you going to put in place? And it just, like, I think that's what I've learned in business. It's a problem solving exercise.
It's like a big Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, pretty much. And actually, like, when you celebrate solving that problem, it's like, great, here's the next level problem.
Yeah.
2-star, 3-star, 4, 6.
You're going to be ready for kids.
Yeah.
They're
it's
just
a big
problems
shift,
too.
though, having to go from like, I know, tell me if I'm wrong, please, but going from just it being, maybe yourself and a manager, then like, I took on two coaches underneath me, and suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm not just a coach anymore. I'm also...
Yeah, well, that was actually the big challenge at the beginning, because when there's a small team, it's like...
you're managing people now.
Yeah. So it's almost like I really... Like, one of the things my business coach and I talked about was role hygiene and relationship hygiene. Because, like, if I'm in the mode of, like, one of the therapists on the floor, I also have to maintain that I have to make decisions that the therapist may not want to, but, I'm the business owner, and there's just... Actually, that was really, really very challenging at the beginning. But that's, like, you almost have to change because it's too painful to stay in that role. So you either adapt or you fold.
We only change when it's... I think we only change because of pain, or like move away from pain or towards pleasure.
Yeah. And actually, one of the things that's really been supportive for me in my journey as a business owner has been powerlifting. Because, like, one of the skills that powerlifting has taught me is that you just keep showing up. And, pain gives you feedback. So if it's DOMS, then you're growing.
Pain is knowledge really fast.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think actually, like, when my body got stronger, my mind got stronger, and I felt like I had capacity, like more capacity to grow as a business owner. Like, I've been training with Johnny 3.5+ years.
I think so.
And I, like, our first comp, the deadlift only comp in...
Oh,
the Normanby?
Normanby, yeah. Tiny
I
Hazel.
think I weighed in at 54 kilos.
Tiny Hazel.
I was 54 kilos then.
His little bag of bones.
I like
54 kgs.
Yeah,
like my peak weight has
Same
been
height.
74 kilos. That's in 3.5 years. That's insane.
Yeah. Put
I'm
about
just
a
gonna rewind
50+ kilos in your deadlift.
54 kgs?
Yeah.
Windy should blow over.
Yeah, you like, if you look at my earlier photos and videos, I'm like a little stick. And now, like, I've got
some
thighs.
legs.
You got some quads.
You got some back.
I've got
You got some
everything.
delts. Yeah.
Johnny helped me build that. But actually, one of the things that Johnny told me when I first started coaching with me was like, "You're already strong. I'm just going to teach you how." And I was like, "Oof, okay, let's do it."
You said to show you how to move your fucking hips.
Oh my god, my squat was the worst at the beginning.
Yeah.
A man, literally, Johnny, had to teach me, a woman, how to use my hips.
Yeah, I had to physically pull
Like
him
he
into
had
position.
to like.
I ran out of options. I was all right, I'm just gonna grab him.
Yeah,
And
I love that. Like when you have someone, you're like, fucking this.
Yeah, and Johnny's like, we should have taken a video of that. That would have been the greatest transformation.
Yeah,
I want to see this. Just Johnny's frustration. Like, nah, fucking this way.
It was terrible, actually. I had no connection to my hips.
No, I don't realize you. I don't think you knew you had them.
No, actually, I didn't. I really didn't.
But it's like it's so interesting because 100% like you're in the gym, you're building capacity, and you're exposing yourself to micro stresses every time you step into the gym, which is going to adapt not just your body but your central nervous system to deal with stress better.
Yeah, pretty much.
As other things in your life obviously on the same page, but obviously life isn't. So it makes sense how you grew in capacity in the gym and then in your work as well.
Yeah,
I do love that story though, and we need to find.
Oh, I've never took any videos.
Did you have the cameras in the gym set up then?
Nah,
that was
is
back
old
in...
Fortitude.
Oh, back under
under the Brooksheet, under the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about a month it took to get those hips to work, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Yeah, it felt longer for me, though.
Almost like... That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's so good. And then I think for any business owner or anyone who does anything, the gym then provides an outlet for you as well.
Oh, yeah. And I think, like, my deadlift success is due to business stress.
Yep.
I think anyone who's pulling big numbers in deadlift, like, we all know, anyone who's pulled some big numbers.
You gotta let that out.
Yeah.
Just watch your coffee cup, bro.
Yeah. And, like, I'm, like, Neil has taken some really good like post deadlifting photos of me.
Oh yeah,
Goat photographer.
Yeah,
the fucking man, so good. Neil's amazing.
He is. Just like how you like rubbing the chair as you said it. Oh fuck, that was funny. That's a fucking. I kind of wrapped up that you're only, you're 34.
Yeah, I actually have done a lot.
My age, bro.
Yeah.
She's young. She's 34, still young.
Well, compared to you, anything. I think there's like 6 years. Oh no, it's 29 now.
Yeah, you almost got a 3-2, mate.
Okay, whoa, whoa,
your time is coming.
So back to Hazel.
One of the cool things we didn't get to touch on it, but I was going to touch on it anyway. What the cool experience I had when I got the massage with Hazel, we went there to trial out a theory around getting out of flight or fight response to have a chance to relax the day before a big lifting moment. And we did that, and I think I did it before my last deadlift session, leading the last comp. We were going to do it for comp, but bloody COVID got it. The fucking COVID got you. But I can say Hazel set up protocol and it was do this and make sure you got nothing else on for the rest of the day. And then the next day, unfortunately, I enjoy work, but I had to work before I deadlifted. So I felt myself completely into a potato state, nice and relaxed, not thinking about anything. I made sure I wasn't accountable to my phone for that afternoon and then made sure I didn't have much shit to worry about. When I was at work, I could just coach. But I did feel like very freer or lighter, fresher than I would have ever been. And the only thing that I changed on that training run into that session was that process, which was incredible.
Yeah, this is something that I really want to explore because like you and I, we've had training runs and we've watched people in the gym go through training runs. That week before, the work's been done. You know, and like
you've got to do something to get rid of that stress.
Yeah.
See, it's one of those things like, so I'm gonna sneeze and I don't want to sneeze.
Come on,
just do it, mate.
Oh, it's gone now. So it's
where to go?
I walked into that one. I did. That was a good one though. Actually, I'm not mad. The last one you did was horrendous. We got to need that on record. So I want.
Yes.
I want to explore it more because you're right. Like we know, so the Yerkes-Dodson law is a model that allows us to assess the relationship between stress and performance. Right. So there's too little stress in our performance drops. if there's too much stress, our performance drops. So we want that medium arousal. And I think like what you guys have just done there kind of is find that peak flow point, because obviously we can't go into something with just no stress. Like that's just like there's going to be some form of stress or whatever. But if we can mitigate, like what Johnny said, you know, he had that massage, but then he wasn't accountable to his phone. He still had to work, which is going to induce just enough probably to get him like alert. Yeah. And then his body's feeling good, so his body's going to follow into that, into training. So I think that's exactly it. Yeah. And I think like it's been shown that we can over arouse ourselves. I'm going to give a quick shout out to my favorite person who does it all the time is Andrew Lang. Like the amount of times I've seen him in training just get too hyped up, and then piss the bed. Yeah. But then, you know, he loves the fluctuation. This bloke goes too low, and we get nothing out of him. So it's like finding that medium balance. And I think if, you know, in combination with that massage, we could definitely explore that because we know the effects of the CNS on the body.
Yep. I think from a training perspective, on top of any other recovery things that you put in place, that trying to reduce stress off the body and using this as a method would be an incredible way to throw into a training run or a prep.
How I think of it in a, you know, I guess I'm not bagging out massage therapists because I think it's very, you know, it's still important, but like a sports therapist massage can be brutal.
Yeah, I'm stressed out at the end of it.
Yeah, like you're feeling sometimes worse than when you walked in, but you know it'll take a couple of days and you feel better. Yep. But what if we didn't hammer the muscles in the same way? What if we did something like this and induced a completely, like we know we're going to recover better if we're in a parasympathetic nervous system. Yep. Yeah. Right? If our SNS isn't ramped up. So if we can induce that by something like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm a trained remedial massage therapist. Yeah. But I decided to let that go because I just found, for me, with my style, the results
we just played footsies.
That's nice.
Can I be on that too?
What shoes are those?
They're Disrupt barefoot shoes. Oh. They're awesome. They're from the Foot Collective. Because like Johnny taught me, like the more connection you have to the ground, the better it is to lift.
100%. And I'd even like go one step further and barefoot. In general. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been, they call it rewilding your feet. So a lot of my rewilding is like when you transition from normal shoes to barefoot shoes.
Yeah, right.
And I find, when I put on my husband's just slippers, I almost feel unstable because it's like I feel like there's like a big chunk of wood.
Big chunk of
big chunk of and it actually helps with massage too because I feel I massage barefoot because it helps me feel really grounded. So I like being connected to the ground.
Just because since I torn my Achilles, like I need supportive shoes, unfortunately, and they're like fucking thick bricks, and it's like it's different. And then I go back to like I've just started when I started squatting again. So shout out Paul Pegs, and he's like, "You've got no feedback coming from your feet and where you are in space in the ground." I'm like, "Oh," like my foot will like pronate, but my brain won't recognize it's pronating, so it won't correct itself.
Yeah, because it's not used to that feedback.
No. There's no better feeling than like stepping under your back yawn.
Back yawn. And you yawn.
I do yawn a lot, actually.
In your lawn, do you yawn?
With my coffee first thing, actually. So, there's nothing better than just feeling like that connection.
Yeah.
A little bit of grounding.
Absolutely.
100%.
I'd much rather wear no shoes ever.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah. Pants too, maybe.
Clothing optional, that'd be great.
Yeah. You know what's really annoying is underwear.
Yes.
Don't wear it. Go full Kramer.
Yeah, but then I'm like, then I go no underwear. I'm like, okay, now the boys have got too much freedom.
Yeah.
We need to mitigate this.
There's something in the middle. Need a mid-ground.
Yeah.
Sounds like containment's important for you.
Yeah, I need boundaries. That's a very good point.
Hazel, we have...
Oh, are you ready for this?
Okay.
10 random questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Fast rapid fire. First thing that pops in your head. What'd you have for dinner last night?
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. What is in the boot of your car?
Green bags.
Green bags. Oh, like a Woolies?
Yeah, the Woolies.
Yeah, nice.
Bags,
Keep it green. Last time you changed your bed sheets?
Last week.
Oh, I'm going to say something about that after.
Yeah, anyone who's less than that is gross. Middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
Ooh.
I have a hyphenated first name, so it's actually Hazel Joyce.
Hazel Joyce.
What's your surname?
Chee.
Chee.
Junior Burger soon to be called Tai Chi.
I know. Or lychee. My in-laws hate that.
Or kimchi.
I love that.
Kimchi.
No, I'm not a fan of kimchi, so
Yeah.
we got to rule that out.
Okay.
I mean, not that it's my choice. But.
Hazel Joyce, what was your favorite year and why?
Oh. 2000?
Good year.
It's the new millennium?
You liked that year? That was a good year. It was a good
I
year.
don't know.
That was a great
Was it good for you?
I don't know. I just it's a moment, like it's the first thing that popped in my
Okay,
head.
2000 was a good year for Hazel.
She was 12.
Your first piece of music you ever owned?
Probably Goo Goo Dolls or something like that.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Good track.
Yeah.
Iris.
Iris, yeah.
Last dream you ever had? You had?
Oh, actually, this was a really trippy dream because I was on retreat and I
here we go.
dreamt that I was looking out at like the harbor and then this Loch Ness monster just came out and like chewed on like a flying fish and then they became kites and then they just started like going down the water and then they were towed by boats and then and then I woke up. I was like, what
Now,
just
on
happened?
this retreat, was there weed?
No. It was like a
Mm.
nature retreat, so I was just very like
Very
I
in
wanna
tune.
go on
chilled.
this.
What are you doing when you retire?
Actually, I want to be a trainer, a massage trainer. Like, I really
Yeah.
want to. I think my style is quite unique. And from this,
Hazel level 1 through to 7.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think there's value in that.
I agree.
100%.
There's huge
Yeah.
value in that. Your morning routine?
Well,
at the moment, quick vomit, a quick vomit, or maybe 2.
It's like power spew. Actually, I have to plan that into my routine.
You factor that in now.
Yeah. So like I power spew this morning,
Yep,
and
that's
then
good.
I came to the gym and I did a little bit more.
Power speed again. Yeah, that's good.
And yeah, I try to eat, but then I probably save it till like morning tea.
Yeah, when you might keep it in.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's morning routine last 2 weeks.
What do you think of artificial intelligence?
Yeah, it's quite useful.
Mhm.
I think my husband's doing some work with that in terms of logistics and things like that.
Should get him on the podcast.
You should actually. He's quite interesting.
Yeah, let's get Matt on.
Yes.
We can talk all cool things.
Love how excited you got. You're the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get Matt on. Hit him up.
So,
Okay.
for those who've listened, Balimba Day Spa, where can they find you?
So
Obviously in Balimba.
in Balimba. If you Google Balimba Day Spa, you'll find us. Balimba Day Spa is on Instagram.
Yep.
And we're on Facebook. And BalimbaDaySpa.com. You can book online there. Check out what we got.
Get
Vouchers
Kahuna.
are always good.
Kahuna. Get the Kahuna.
Get the Kahuna.
So you said get Kahuna'd. Like,
Get Kahuna. I think that's actually
Yeah, you can be Kahuna.
yeah, now you can.
absolutely.
It's a real thing now.
Yeah. But like, the whole spa is like Kahuna influence. So even the relaxation massages, facials and stuff, the Kahuna vibe is there.
Oh yeah,
I heard facial and I'm like, I'm in.
It's good, huh?
a facial is lovely.
Love a good facial. Not the one that any sicko's listening to is thinking of. But
Just get a little face rubbed down and scrubbed.
Best, man.
It's so good. I
so underrated.
absolutely. Actually, I gave someone a facial and they said, I've never had my face cleaned so many times. It feels so great.
It's the best. You don't like a facial? Fuck off.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it there before I start ranting.
That's it.
That's it. Thanks so much, Hazel.
Thanks, Hazel.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah.
Good luck with the pregnancy as well.
Thank you.
Hopefully the spewing settles down soon.
Yeah.
Let's get Matt on.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I'll
done.
get him to come have a
See?
chat.
Yeah. Lock him in. Put him in his calendar.